Hey guys, today I'm gonna show you how I made this edit in DaVinci Resolve. I'll be recreating the edit view so you see the exact process of the edit. By the way, you can get the project file for this edit with all the assets in my page so you can follow along, link in the description. Okay, so we're gonna start with retiming the clips. As you can see, they're all normal right now. I've not removed them yet. So yeah, let's start with the first clip. Okay, so for this clip, what I did was take an optical flow node and then the time stretcher node. I keyframe the first frame, made it 0, and then went to the 11th frame and made it 12, as you can see. And then I went to frame 36 and made a keyframe and changed the source time to frame 30. And let me show you the graph now. Okay, so for the graph, at the first I did a pretty sharp graph. Really go fast at the start and then pretty slow at the end. And then for the next keyframes, I did an S curve, something like that. So it will start to go faster at the end again. Let me change it to here. I think this is pretty good. Yeah, as you can see, we finished the remap on the first clip. Now let's go to the second one. Okay, so for the second clip, it's the same process again. I took an optical flow node, then time stretcher. I keyframed the first frame and changed the source time to 4, and then went to frame 13 and keyframe, sorry, my bad, it's 14, I'm sorry, and changed the source time to 27, and then went to the last frame of the clip, made a keyframe and put the source time on 85. I changed the interpolation mode to flow, checked on backwards and next, and clamp edges. Now let me show the graph. Okay, so what I did for the graph is again pretty fast at the start, a bit sharp, but make sure you leave a little bit of tilt. And then at the end, I made it sharp again, but not too much, something kind of like this. So it will basically go fast at the start, and then I want it to almost stop in the middle of the clip, and then fast again. Let's see how it turned out. Just as we wanted. And yeah, we finished the remote for this clip. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so for this clip, it's a pretty simple remote. Let me show you an eye. Again, optical flow node and a time stretcher. I keyframe the first frame and put the source time on 0. Then went to the last frame and changed the source time to 15. Checked on flow, previews, and next, and clamp edges. Now let me show you the graph. Okay, so the graph is pretty simple. All I did was a pretty sharp graph at the start, but with a little bit of tilt, so the clip will keep moving at the end. Yeah, that's it basically. As I said, it's a really simple one. And here it is. It goes fast at the start and then slow at the end. Now for the rest of the scenes, I didn't change anything. All I did was change one scene. I changed this one and made the clip speed on 119, and that's it. So we finished with the remap. That's how it should look. If you follow along, make sure that's how the clip set up. And yeah, let's go to the transitions. Okay, so for the first clip, I did a slight transition. So you need to take an adjustment clip, cut it to be the exact length of the first clip, and let's go into Fusion. Now in the adjustment clip, I took a transform node, made a keyframe at the last frame, I keyframed the position, and then went to frame 12 and keyframed again. I went back to frame 18 and changed the value to 0.437 and made the edges mirror. And let me show you the graph. Okay, so the graph is pretty simple. All I did was take this side all the way down and this one as well, and just stretched it like that, and that's it. That's all I did for the first clip. So now to finish the transition, grab another adjustment clip and put it over the next clip, match it to the length. Again, go into Fusion, take a transform node, keyframe the first frame, then go to frame 13 and keyframe the position again. Go back to the first frame and change the value to 0.614. That's the value I did. And change the edges to mirror, just like that. And let me show you the graph. So again, there's nothing too complicated about the graph, as I just did a sharp one. Just make sure you have a little tilt at the end, so it will still have a nice movement, as you can see, and it doesn't stop so suddenly. Let me show you the transition now. As you can see, now to make the transition even better, I went to the end of the first clip and went back 5 frames, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then took another adjustment clip and got it at the end of the second clip, as you can see. Now let's go into Fusion. I'll show you what I did. Now in Fusion, you need to search for the first frame where the clip changed. So as you can see, if you did it like me, it should be on frame 5. Now I took an S hotspot node, I keyframe the value, then went to the first frame and changed it back to 0, and then went to the end of the second clip and brought it back to 0.024, just like that. And let me show you the graph. Now here it may look confusing, but don't worry, it's still really simple. All I did was take this part and made it a little sharp, just like that, and then here I made it sharp again, but make sure you don't put it like that, because then it won't look good, but have like a pretty smooth sharp graph, just like that. Let's see how it looks. Just like we wanted. Let me show you. Awesome. So that's it for the first transition. Let's go to the second one. Now we need to do the second transition. Now you need to pay attention to this part, so let me show you. Okay, so you need to go to the first frame of the second clip and move back forward 5 frames, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then take an adjustment clip and cut it at the end of the third clip, just like that. And let's go into Fusion. Okay, so in Fusion, you need to get a node called Optical Flare. You can get this plugin in my Discord server, link down below. And yeah, so make sure you get it. Now let's go into the plugin. Okay, so once you open it up, you need to go into Glow and check on the sun. As you can see, now there's light. And I changed the size to be 1.497, and that's all. And now let's track it with the clip. As you can see in the original clip, it moves with the ring. So let me show you how I did that. Okay, so basically all I did was I went to frame, the first frame, and I basically made a keyframe on every frame following the ring. As you can see, I went a frame forward and then keyframed it again, moving with the ring. I'll do it really quick and get back to you. Okay, I finished doing that. As you can see, I went frame by frame and keyframed the position, following the two objects. I follow the ring, and when the clip changes, I follow the sun, again keyframing every movement. And yeah, now let's animate the size, which is the main part of this plugin. Okay, so first I went to frame 3 and keyframed the size and made it 0. And then I went to frame 14, keyframed the size and made it 1.14. And then I went to frame 21 and made it 0 again. That's everything. As you can see, before we even fixed the graph, it looks pretty good. But let me show you how I did the graph. Okay, so I made a pretty sharp graph on both sides. Let me show you. For the first one, don't make it too sharp because we still want to see the light starting to form before the clip changes. So I'll make it something like that. I think that looks pretty good. And then here I'll make it much more sharper because we already have a light source right here. So we don't really need to see the optical flare that much. I think that is good. Let's see how it looks. Just like we wanted. And yeah, that's all with this node. That's all to this transition. There's another part, but I'll show it to you right now. Okay, after that, to sell the transition a little better and to transition the next clip even better, it basically benefits for both transition. I took another adjustment clip and cut it at the end of the fourth clip, as you can see. Now let's go into Fusion and show you what I did. Okay, so in Fusion, I took a background node and a rectangle mask and connected it with a merge to the original clip. I then inverted the mask and sized it up. As you can see, I sized it bigger than the original clip, so there won't be any black bars right now. I made a keyframe of the width, and then I went to frame 13, keyframed it again, and changed the value to 0.807. So as you can see, the black bars appear, and then I went to the last frame of the adjustment clip and changed it back. I just stretched the mask outside the clip. Now let me show you the graph. Okay, so the graph here is a little weird. So what I did first, I made a sharp graph, but this time not like that. I made it in a different direction. So just like that. Don't make it too sharp, but something like that. It looks good. Then here I made a sharp graph again, but a little differently, as you can see. So that's why I'm saying follow along, it will be the best option for you. Something like that. Let's see how it looks. As you can see, just like we wanted. Let's see. Good. Alright, this is actually how it looks in the original edit. It may look weird now because we haven't added the other things, but don't worry. Okay, so after we did that, we need to go back to the last adjustment clip we were on, where we did the optical flare transition, and add a transform node. We're gonna do a slight transition to the fourth clip. So make a keyframe at frame 23 and then at 29. There's a reason I'm not going to the last frame. I'll show you why. Go to 29 and change the value of the X to 0.675, just like that. Check on the mirror edges. Let me show the graph. So again, the graph is pretty sharp, just like that. Don't need to make it too sharp, but that is good enough. And now you'll need Ikawa's macro back. You can get it in my Discord server down below again. Basically, when I search for easy offset, it basically sells the slight transition even more. So make a keyframe on frame 30, basically the last frame, on the X offset, and then go to the frame before 29 and change the value to 0, and just like that we have a slight transition at the end. Now let's go back to the fourth clip. Now all I did after that was just take this random overlay I found and put it between those two, and that's it, as you can see. So basically what we have right now, let me show you again. Don't worry about the black frames here. My Sapphire is just glitched, but for you it should be full. Don't worry about that. But that's how it should look right now. And yeah, let's keep going to the fifth clip. Now actually I feel like this scene is a bit empty, so I'll add a tracery effect to make it look even cooler. So let's go into Fusion and I'll show you how to get it. You can get the tracery effect in the link down below. I'll link it in the description. If you want it, you can get it. It's up to you because it does cost money, but I think it's worth it. So let's add it right now. Okay, so I'll search Oops Tracer. I'm gonna change the threshold to around this. The threshold, the white part that you see, is the detection area, and the black area is where it's not detecting. So I'll do something like that, and I'll turn down the blur so it would be so everything will be more visible. Alright, yeah, that looks good to me. I'll turn up the resolution and lower the blob count to around 6. Yeah, something like that. Now I also wanna make the line curved, so I'll do that. I'll lower the curvature a bit, around 0.3, and also turn up the line thickness, so it'll be more visible, to around 1.5. And I'll also enable dashed lines and make the line length higher, maybe shorten the gap length, something like that. I think that looks good. Right, let's see. Yeah, I think I'll keep it like that. Maybe turn down the thickness a little bit. And yeah, it already looks much better. I also changed the color of the rectangles to red maybe, or yellow. I'll change it to yellow to match the scene a little bit. Yeah, I like it. Let's see how it looks. Oh, this already looks much better. Again, if you want to get the tracery effect, link in the description. So yeah, go get it. But because you guys don't have this plugin, I won't use it for now. But just so you know, it is in the original edit. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I suggest you to get it, but I'll continue the edit without it since you guys don't have this plugin. And yeah. Now between these two clips, there are no transition. The clip just originally starts like that, so I just kept it that way. Yeah, I just did nothing here. Same as these clips right here. Here I made something, so I'll show you. Before that though, I'll show you an effect I did on this clip. So you wanna go to the first frame of the clip and then go forward 9 frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then take an adjustment clip, cut it at the end of the clip. Let's go into Fusion. So as you can see in the original edit, there's a stop motion section, sort of like a slow shutter. So let me show you how I did this effect. First, I took a stop motion node and made the frame repeat on 4, just like that. So we already have like a slow FPS. And then I took a color corrector node, turned down the saturation, took up the contrast a little bit, and took down the gamma, just like that. And then I took a Gaussian blur and masked the girl and inverted it. Also make sure to turn up the soft edge so it won't seem too obvious. Just turn up the strength a little bit. Now after that I took a gray node and all I did was turn up the power to around 9, 8, something like that. And then took a flicker addition, I lowered the range and put up the speed. So just like that we made this effect. But I still added some things, so I'll show them to you right now. Okay, after that I made a few framers to have more impact between the switch from the normal clip to the shuttered one. So let me show you the framers. Take an adjustment clip and make it 1 frame long. Now for the first one, I took a brightness and contrast node, and all I did was turn up the gain and the lift. That's all, around 3.67, something like that. That's actually exactly the value. I remember this. And then just duplicate it instead of making new adjustment clips every time and delete the node. And then on the next framer, all I did was take again a brightness and contrast node, and this time took the gain to around 0.58, just like that. And then on the next framer, I can just duplicate it. I took S hotspots again and change the threshold to 0.087, just like that. And then on the last framer, I took Dream Glow. If you don't have this plugin, this macro, my bad, I suggest you to get it. It's from Escape, but let me show you what I did. So I took up the low to around 0.58, something like that. I'll keep it like that. And then took down the glow strength to around here, something like that. And that's all the framers. Now on top of that, I added overlays. So let me show you which one I added. Okay, so the first one is this overlay. I added it 1 frame before the framers and changed the composite mode to add. And then the second overlay starts exactly when the adjustment clip starts, and it is this overlay right here. Again, change the composite mode to add. That's how it looks, and that's all I did for this part. You can get both of these overlays in my Discord server. There are really a lot of assets there, so make sure you join that if you want to have more assets, and we also offer help there, give feedback. Yeah, it's a nice community, so make sure you join the Discord. Okay, so now let's make the transition between this clip and the one after that. Basically take an adjustment clip, made it the same length as the other ones. In Fusion, take a transform node, go to the 18th frame, make a keyframe for the position, go to 21 and change the position to 0.391, turn on mirror edges, and then take the same before the easy offset tool by Kawa, keyframe the last frame, then go for backwards 1 frame and make the X offset to 0. Now let me show you the graph of the transform node. Basically a sharp graph, that's all there is to it. So a small transition, a slight transition, as you can see. Now let's make the transition of this clip. Okay, so for the next clip, take an adjustment clip, cut it at the end. Let's go into Fusion, take a transform node, keyframe the first frame, and then go to the 7th frame and keyframe the position again. Go back to the first frame and change the value of the X to 0.72. Turn on mirror edges, and let me show you the graph. Again, a pretty sharp graph. Make sure you have a little tilt at the end. Don't make it fully straight, like that. And that's how it looks. Now to add more to the transition, as you can see the clip here is black and white, so I just kinda matched it. I took a color corrector node, I keyframed the saturation, made it 0, then went to frame 10 and keyframed it again with it being back to normal, and I didn't change the graph, so it looks like that. On top of that, I added overlays, so let me show you which one I got. I used the same overlay as before, as you can see. I just made it on top of this clip with 2 black frames. So you can see that's everything. Let's see what we made so far. Make sure you followed along good and made everything correctly. So I'll show you what it looks like right now and make sure it looks the same. Alright, that's what it should look like. Also with this clip. Yeah, now we're almost finishing, so let me show you. Now between those 2 clips, I just copied this first framer we did and put it before the first frame of the second clip, and that's what it should look like. And then for the transition between these 2 clips, all I did was copy this entire thing we made and put it right here, and that's it basically. I added something in the edit, but I didn't really like it, so I won't show it to you. Like, I just made a slide here for some reason. It doesn't look good, so I just won't show it. But yeah, that's it for these clips. Now there's one more thing I didn't show you yet, so let's go over it right now. Okay, and now we're at the final part, this text animation right here. Now unfortunately, it is a pre-made macro I made a while back. As you can see, text animation like so. So I don't really know how to show you it, but if you do get my project file, you can get this preset. It comes with it. I just connect it with a merge node. As you can see, it's working. I might make a separate video explaining it more in depth, but yeah, it is a bit complicated, so I'll make a video specifically about that, so you guys understand how to do that yourself. But yeah, that's it. Let's see the final result. That's how it should look. Now let me show you the version with the tracery, as I showed you before. Now this is the version with the tracery. Here it is. It looks much better. So link in the description. I have a separate video on my channel explaining it, the tracer plugin, more in depth. Basically a showcase if you want to learn more about this effect. So make sure you check that out if you're interested in buying it. And yeah, bye bye.